Deus too. I hear I'm gonna show some folks something here now. Now I ain't no Deus 2 expert or anything, but folks may find this interesting. Now I'm gonna stay in the fast program. Stock settings. I have changed the tones to PWM reactivity 3. I'm gonna boost the audio response just a little bit. Okay. Now pitch tones. That's what we're gonna listen to here. Okay. Now, I'll let you hear this dime here. I did a video earlier. Now, this is not necessarily related to that video, okay, but so you get to hear that dime there, okay? You get to hear that old nail there. Silencer at 2. It's not overly critical where I get that dime for this test. It needs to be, you know, tucked in there a little bit, okay? So you get to hear that right there, and the old meter's reading 7 and 8, okay? So this machine, believe it or not, now some people may think that I'm telling a fairy tale here, but this machine, believe it or not, the way it's working, it might be able to judge a mass target for you. How much is it mass? Okay? Like that there would be considered with a lot of detectors. 9, 11-inch calls, boys, that's tough right there, okay? Just because I'm holding this machine here and sweeping over that looks easy, well, that's not easy right there, okay? Trust me. Now, if we go in here and go to notch, okay? Now, there's no notch in this machine. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring the notch from 0 all the way over. And let's just pretend we were going to go hunt high conductors in a site. In an old park or something. Old house side, okay, let's say we want to get over here. We're going to cut the notch off at 83 because Indian head penny, well, that'll be good for this test. You probably wouldn't want to go that high. Probably 80 would be good. Indian head pennies, you know. Okay, now you see my notch. Now I'm sweeping over that diamond. Notice we don't get anything. Okay, so I'm going to go back in here. We're going to get rid of this notch. But we're going to put some more in. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go ahead and run this disc all the way over. It's hard for you to see in this camera here, okay? I'm going to come over here. We'll just stop her at about 81. And I'm going to start backing the disc back up and filling it up. But I'm going to bring it over and I'm going to cut it off at like maybe 11 or 10. We'll cut it off at 10, okay? So she's cut off at 10. I've got 10 to 81 notched on this machine, okay? Now here's this dime. So you can still hear that dime. Now we can move that dime out a little more. So we get to still hear that dime, okay? Now, here's a solo dime. Okay. See, it's over there solo, but here's one that's masked. Now, we could go back in here and go back to notch. Let's change the notch on the machine again. Let's change it. Oops, that ain't what I want to do. I got to hit that button here. Let's get back over here. Let's go back over to 80. Let's just see if this makes a difference. All right, I cut her off at 80. Now I'm bringing her back. We're not going to bring it all the way to 10. We'll bring it to about, there's 12. 12 to 80. All right. Now that's reactivity 3. Our volume is off, okay? So I get to hear that dime still. Now, the only thing you can run into, see, is you don't know what this machine is sensing from sweep to sweep. And we're going to extend this dime on out here. Let's just see what happens. Okay, so you may actually get this dime. It could get into a position where it's trying to report as a mid-conductor, but it ain't doing it right there, okay? Now, you don't get any ID. You know, you get 7 and 8, okay? But you still can hear what I'm saying is yeah, you're running notch, okay? So you're not going to hear that mess right there, okay? Now, you might hear that mess right there, or actually this nickel. We'll put this nickel up here, okay? So you don't hear the nickel. I've got it notched out, okay? We'll take this big nail here since that nickel's pretty good sized. See there? So that nail brings that signal down. So you could dig a junk target, okay? See, if I remove the nail, you're not going to hear that. Now, you can still open yourself up a nickel window using this thing, you know, using notch. I'm just using this as an example. Now, even this old tab here, watch what happens here. See there? So you can set this machine up, and you can almost bet, if you sweep over a target like that, and you've got it like this right here, and you're seeing, if you dig a low conductor with the notch that's in this machine right here, in fast program, you can bet the farm there's some masking going on, okay? You may not find the masker. It may be a bigger one farther away from the coin. It could be under where you're locating your junk target, or even a nickel. Could be, okay? But you see that. So you can take this machine into a site. I can take this machine into a site, knowing what I know about it right now. I can sweep over a target, and I can put pretty good odds that a person with a Deus 1 9-inch call, low frequency, I could place some odds on if they could even hit it or not, okay? I mean, that's just the way it goes. Just based on watching this machine and how I've got this notch set up in this machine and how it would behave. Now, you know, standalone, when that nail gets back here, okay? See, that's a big old nail. So this machine still won't ID. See there? So now I've got it so far away from the nail, the old junker's not going to sound off. It's in the notch range. All right, I'm going to keep backing her up. See there? There's some masking going on. Old big nail. Get the pull tab on out a little more. See there? Now she's getting real shaky. Get out here a little more. But see, I get a target like this right here even. Look, you know, you notice this? See, I can hit this target here and get that racket, okay? And I can turn on it, okay? I can turn on it. And you know, you think, well, if I turn on it, and I'm only getting signal from one direction, all right? It's in my notch range. See, if I put this Indian head penny up here, okay? That's a not big old nail there, boys, okay? All right, now when I turn on this, see, it comes out of my notch. Okay, but now even if I turned on it and it didn't come in, I still might want to dig it. Okay, just because I don't get a signal over here with the ID, but it is an option I have, okay? It is an option, but I can open my notch up on the bottom end, you know, like I showed in this video here, and you can walk around in a site and you hear something like that right there and you're like, what is that? And you can turn on it and you can make your decision if you want to. You don't have to. Even if it doesn't give an ID, turn it on it. If it's a bust in that disc like that right there and you look down in that meter, You know, you'll know what, you'll know there's some masking. All likelihood, there's some masking going on, okay? I just thought I would show this. I hope you enjoyed.